Hey, this is Steven from LegitTechTutorials, and welcome back to Beginning Unity 5. So we are back at it, and we're going to do a quick, I have the newest version here, 5.2.1 F2 or something like that. Now it comes bundled with Visual Studio, but we're going to finish this one on JS or Unity script. And so today we're going to do some really quick stuff just to get back at it. We're going to do just a simple power up. So the power up, I made a cool little shield. So it's going to be a little shield power up. And what it's going to do is that when you get the shield, it's going to destroy that particular spike or an enemy. So what we're going to do is we're going to check that. But like I said in the last tutorial, the reason why the spike and the death spike is two different colliders is because we don't want the shield to kill the death collider, because you're automatically going to die whether you have the shield or not if you fall off the map. So we only want it to destroy the spike element or the bigger monsters that we're going to later do that go in between two pylons, which I might introduce here. I don't have a specific sprite for that yet, but we'll just have it as a giant spike going back and forth, or like we'll have it as like a spike on the ground tracking back and forth. So I have the shield here. Also, another announcement: I'm going to get all these assets in a Dropbox so you can mess around with them, or you could keep doing what you're doing and run with what you got. But I'll have even probably the whole project, so I'll try to share the link in the description for that particular Dropbox link, and it'll have this entire project in there. Okay, so let's go ahead and drop this, and let's call it, let's just leave it shield, and you see that it's really tiny, so we're going to have to bring that up quite a bit to where it's about the size of this spike here. Make it like that. And also, this thing has the same issue with the bilinear. There it is. Okay, so let's have it about, let's have him just automatically get it, and then we'll have him move it away. So what we're going to do with that is we're going to go open up our script here, and we're going to code that after we do a collider on here. So we're going to do physics 2D, we're going to do a box collider is fine, and the box collider is way off, and it's got an offset. I don't know why it's got an offset. Let's just save, you know, a little bit of performance rather than you could get a different collider. You could get the polygon collider, but let's just go with the box collider. Okay, so he is hitting it. I'm just going to add the rigid body to it and just say is kinematic. Okay. Oh yeah, that's why, because the Photoshop box is really big, so I'll probably crop that in the Photoshop. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add a shield. We're going to add a tag here. So we have spike, floor, fall, all that kind of stuff. We're going to add, we're going to call this Powerup. Powerup. Okay, cool. And then we're going to go to shield, and we're going to add that tag of Powerup. And then we're going to go in here. We're going to look at the Ontriggerenter. So that's trigger. We don't want to trigger. Actually, let's turn this to a trigger. So this is going to be is trigger. This is going to be is trigger. So we're going to have it Ontriggerenter. So we say if equals Powerup. And then what we're going to do is we need to destroy that particular piece. So what we're going to do is I'm going to create a script for that power up rather than passing it back and forth. That just destroys it because it's very, very simple power up, right? So let me see, what am I going to do? Am I going to do it in here, or am I just going to add external script onto the power up? Yeah, let's just add it on the power up for right now. Let me see here. Col dot. Interesting. Very quickly just debugging this because wait, what kind of collider did I? Okay, 2D collider. Sorting layer default. Sorting layer foreground. Interesting. So give me a second. I don't think it's. Let me see if it's compiling. Just this quick issue, really quick. I think I know what is already going on. Yeah. So the issue, if you have this issue and you have the new what's it called? Sorry, I'm trying to find it right now. Here it is. So here, since we're still using MonoDevelop and not using Visual Studio, because Visual Studio only uses C#, we need to make sure that that is still correct. So what I'm going to do is, since this kind of whacked out on me, I'm going to copy that. Just going to close it, reopen it again. That's for a different project. Okay, so now let's see if it changed. All right, so that was the issue there. All right. Okay, cool. So yeah, it just wanted to run with Visual Studio. I knew that was going to be an issue, so I just wanted to show you guys how to debug that, as I was using this on my laptop earlier, and notice it's attached to Visual Studio. All right, so that is good. So now what we needed to do is that we needed to look to see if we have a power up. So what we need to do is we need to create a local variable. So we're going to say power up equals boolean, and it's going to start out as false. And then when we run through it, it's going to change this to true. And when we change it to true, it's going to allow us to destroy a spike if we run into it. So, and that's only going to be here. So it's going to say if spike. So we're going to say if power up is equal. So that what this is going to do, we're going to get rid of this, and we're going to say power up is equal to true. And then here, where are we? if powerup equals true, we're gonna do what we're gonna do this, and then else it's gonna go into this. So let's go ahead and just put this into the else, and then so we're gonna put this in the else space, put that, indent that, close this. So if powerup equals true, what it's gonna do is it's gonna say call dot game object dot set active to false. So it's going to destroy that spike, and then it's going to get rid of your powerup. And it says powerup is equal to false. So it's going to delete your powerup. So let's look through the logic here again. So if you get the powerup, it's going to set the active of that powerup to false, and then your powerup is going to now become true. So because you have the powerup. So then when you hit a spike, it's going to set that spike is equal to false, and it's going to take your collider out. And if you don't have the spike, it's going to kill you. So let's go ahead and build that. Build successful. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go in here and extend our platform. So let's go ahead and extend the platform. That's fine. And then we're going to play it. So now, if we run into the spike, it destroys the spike. Now let's go ahead and move the shield out of the way and make sure that this performs how we want it to. And you die. So that is the essence of that kind of power up. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna do a second power up, but I didn't do the I forgot to do a sprite for it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pull up Photoshop and show you how I do that, because it's just I haven't shown you yet. I'll do a tutorial on this later, and I might even get a different sprite editor, but since I have Adobe Creative Cloud, this is a good thing to use. So how I set it up is I just do a 32 by 32 pixel and 300 pixels per inch. Everybody has got a different type of style with this. You could even go 24/24, but 32/32 is fine. So I'm gonna hit new, and what I'm gonna do is I have my pen set to 1 opacity full, and I also have my eraser set to 1 opacity full. Thus I could do solid dots. So I've been thinking here for a couple seconds on what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do a red up arrow. So if you're confused what we're doing right now, I'm drawing the sprite for the jump. So I'll show you how I import this, as I haven't really shown it yet throughout the series so far. So I'm just going to do an up arrow and show you guys how that goes. So I'm just clicking down on the mouse, and I have an issue that I didn't split the difference, so that was a rookie mistake there. So now let me balance this out. I'm gonna have to do another line here. I'm gonna have to balance this out now. Okay. Alright, so that is our up arrow. Whoops. Alright, so that is our up arrow, and then what I do is I just do export and save for web. Actually, I just save it. Save as, and then I'm already in my assets folder on my Dropbox, and then I'm going to call this jump power up. Just jump power up. Now, what this jump power up is going to do when we go back here and link it is, as you see, it's already in here. What we're going to do is it's going to give us a double jump. What I mean by that is that when we jump, we'll be able to do it twice, even if we don't hit the ground. So again, another issue with this being that we need to set this to point. And then what I'm going to do is reapply. Uh-oh. Okay. And it's going to make this proud jump foreground. And I'm going to make it about as big as this shield. That's fine. Okay. So now that I have the jump power up, I'm going to add Physics 2D box collider, and also I don't really need a rigid body on here, because if you notice, this doesn't have a rigid body, so I'm going to have it like that just so we save a little bit of you know, performance, right? Just because we don't need it, so we shouldn't have it on there. So I'm going to go ahead and move the box collider in here. Oops. Alright. So let's go ahead and take a look at what this is going to do. So let's move both of these. I'm just going to move this out of the way because we don't want that. So we're going to call this double jump. Double jump 1. And then this is going to be shield 1. Okay. So now we're going to add another tag. We're going to call this double jump. Double jump. And then after that, we're going to go back double jump, call it of type double jump. We're going to go in here, and we're going to look for a is trigger, which we have down here. I'm going to hit enter, and then I'm going to copy and paste this here. And then I'm going to call this double jump. Double jump. And then I'm going to do double jump. And then I'm going to create a boolean. So as you see here, it's very easy to create very many power-ups if you do this type of thing. All you have to do is just change the type of interaction you want it. So in this case, I'm going to do with the floor. So I'm going to say jump BG equals true. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, jump, add force, and then I'm going to say if double jump equals true, else this. So yeah, I could just leave that. Actually, so if it equals true, it does nothing, and it basically will turn double jump off. So it's false. You grab it, it becomes true. It'll destroy the game object, and then it will only not let you jump a second time if you don't have the double jump. So if double jump is not equal to true, then it will set it to false and you cannot jump. Let's go ahead and build that and try that out. Make sure I didn't make any mistakes. Okay. So now what I should be able to do is go jump, jump, double jump. You see you jump for a while. So that is the double jump, and now if you notice, if I try to do it before, jump, can't jump a second time, you can hear me clicking. Now I can double jump. And also, I need to do a bigger platform, just so you see that after I do it, I can't do it again. So after I get it, I double jump, and then I I can't double jump again. So it goes away. That's perfect. Alright, so the last thing that we're going to do is we're going to do a intelligent enemy. Now let's go ahead and drag another spike. We're going to call this AI enemy 1. Okay, so what this guy is going to do, I'm going to look at this scale. 18. Just going to make it like 18, 18, 18. And I'm going to rotate him. Now the reason I'm rotating, I'll just rotate. Should be on the Z. Okay. Wow, it's pretty low. It's 90. Okay. So the reason why I'm doing this is that this guy is actually going to run up and down on the ground. Let's just pretend like you could even do like a projectile or something like that, which actually is a good idea. I should even add a projectile. It'll just be a spike. So he's going to have a physics 2D, and he's going to have a polygon collider. And I have to edit the polygon collider again really quick. So I'm going to edit it really quick. So another thing you could do is make this into a prefab, so you don't have to keep doing this over and over and over again, to where each of these guys have a collider that's exactly identical. But, you know, it's fine for this case. So what we're going to do is we're going to call this guy could still be a spike, because if you get the thing, it needs to kill it. But what we need to do is we need to add a new script to it, and it's going to be called AI. So let's create a script. Right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to go Assets, AI, move that into Scripts, and then we're just going to open up AI. Now it's going to open up, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a simple thing here. So we're going to have it move left and right, and we're going to have variables for the speed at which it moves and stuff like that. So all the collision is going to be handled inside our game character. So what this guy's going to do is it's going to go in between two invisible pylons, just like that spike that you saw at the bottom, that when you hit it you die. So it's going to go in between two invisible pylons, and that will give it a sort of look like it's intelligent AI. Like it's almost like pacing a hallway, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to look in here, and we're going to look for some things to pull from here to the other one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this, that's fine for right now. So I'm going to grab this, I'm going to delete this, and going to modify this. So what we're going to do is we want them to move, and then we're going to have a var. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a Boolean, whether he's going left or right. So that's what he's going to do. He's going to go to the left, hit a pylon, turn around, go to the right, hit a pylon, turn left, and just continuously on to infinity. But it's going to look like he's sort of like, you know, pacing a hallway. So this is the basis of an AI, right? You know, you have a guard that's walking back and forth in a hallway, and then he sees your enemy and he shoots at him. You know, that's how the AI would work. And then this is going to be the last thing we do in this video. So what we're going to do is we're going to give him a speed type int, and we're going to give it, we're going to say, whoops, equals 0. And we're going to say var boolean, we're going to say var direct, and we're going to call it, we're going to be type boolean, and we're going to say equals true. And we're just going to give a comment, true equals left, false equals right. So that's what we are telling ourselves, just so we remember. So what we're going to do is we're going to say if direct equals true, then we're going to go left. This is actually right, so what we're going to do, and then we're going to call this AI, we're going to call this var AI of type game object. So just like this here, so let's just go ahead and grab this. Type game object, and then this is going to be just AI. And then we're going to go else, and we're going to copy this, paste it, and we're going to give this a plus sign. So plus X directions to the right, minus is to the left. So we have this set to the left as true being left, so this minus sign is going to go negative X direction, and the plus is going to the right, is going to go positive X direction. Now what we're going to do is go back to character, and we're going to pull this on trigger. We don't really need to pull all of it, but I'm just going to delete some of it because he's going to need 2 pylons, so that's going to be outside of the function. Function on enter, and then we're going to say this is left pi. I'll call this left pi, and then this is right pi. And we're going to say that this turns the Boolean. So if he hits the left pylon, he's going to turn right. So this is going to be direct equals false, and then this is going to be opposite. So you're going to say direct equals true. And it's going to be right pi, and we're going to get rid of this. Now, so that is how we want it. So basically what he's going to do, he's going to run into a left pylon, which we haven't created yet. He's going to turn around and go backwards. I could technically change the flip his direction, but I'm not going to flip his direction. He's just going to go back and forth. So that's for a later date, flipping the sprite so that he turns opposite direction, which you could easily just change the transform in his local scale on the X and just turn it into a -18. Okay, so let's go ahead and build this. Oh. Okay. And what we need to do is we need to create pylons. So we're going to do game object, 3D, and we're going to just create a cube. Now this is going to be, let's make it over here. We're going to delete the mesh. I'm going to call this left pylon. Left pylon. And I'm going to call it a new tag. I'm going to call this left pi. Left pi. I'm going to call this right pi. Right pi. I'm going to go back, find that left pi, and then we're going to add the tag left pi. And it's already got a box slider. And then I'm just going to duplicate this and call this right pi. And then I'm going to move it. And you see left pi is still there, but you can't see it obviously because we deleted the mesh. And then we're going to call this right pi. And this is going to have the script attached, and we need to give it speed. So let me look at my character speed. Speed is 5. So let's make this like really fast, just so you could see him move. So let's say this is 30. Okay, so let me make sure. Okay, we got right pi. And it says right pi, left pi. And he's going to collide. Okay, let me think of how I'm going to... Let's see how I'm going to see this. Should be able to see him move. Okay. What we're going to do is to tell that he's moving, I'm going to tell you to memorize what it says there on the position, just so you could see it. And see that, you know, he is moving. Okay, so let's take a look at the position. Negative 24.17. Okay. Oh, I accidentally hit the wrong button. Okay, I'm going to pause it. He is not moving. Oh. Ah, yeah. I forgot to attach this here. What? Oh. Okay. Enemy 30. Holy Jesus. Went right through. So, let me check. Ah, I forgot to put his trigger. So this is his trigger, and this is his trigger. So now it shouldn't come through and kill me. And it still does. Left pi. His trigger. Trigger enter. Oh, I know what I did wrong. These. So yeah, you're seeing here that there are errors. So what I didn't put was I didn't put a 2D collider. So I need a 2D collider, and that is trigger. Same thing with this guy, because it was a 3D collider, and 3D colliders does not work on Ontriggerenter 2D. So okay. Something wrong with the code here. So what I'm going to do, left pi hit. You notice that these are the classic diagnostic tools that I usually use. This type of, see, it's not detecting collision. So did it build it? Right pi, left pi, left pi, right pi. That's 2D. So what did I do for the death trigger? Okay, I left the sprite render. Okay, so let's figure this out, hopefully very quickly. Something is not right as far as physics material. Yeah, so it's a physics material issue. So it needs a physics material to do the physics in order to collide it. So that's why a lot of times I'll just standard put physics colliders on there. So that was the issue. I don't know if it's just, I don't know if these need the physics colliders on them or it's this particular component here. Let me check. Okay, so it's just this character. And you see here, he's doing his thing. Also, I noticed another issue that we're going to solve right now. So if I click and then I try to double jump after that, it doesn't work. So what I need to do so if you click and if you click again, so if double jump equals true, so let's just do or double jump or double jump equals true. So we're going to say if jump BG equals false at the time, we're going to say double jump equals false. Okay, so double jump equals true, and, or the jump BG equals true will go in. So we'll see at the time if jump BG equals false, which it doesn't. So that should work now. Yep. Okay, cool. So that works. All right, so this is it. Thank you for watching another LegitTechTutorials tutorial on Unity 5. So we're going to continue on in this and finish up our level here, and also add maybe a better sprite enemy and maybe even projectiles to jump out of the way. But that is it for this video. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching. I will put in the description the link to the Dropbox. I'll have the entire project in there, that you could download, as well as you could just go into the assets folder and pull all of the assets. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe for more videos like it in this series and other series as well, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. Peace.